ordering up your Ford Maverick, keep these things in mind. Watch this video again later when it's time to order your 2024 Ford Maverick. But hybrid production, great news. It's at 50%. We can make a YouTube video saying Ford resolved the hybrid crisis, 50% Maverick production. It's incredible. And then, we'd be trying to support a company that creates hundreds of thousands, if not roughly a million jobs, low million jobs. But the reality is 79% of Maverick orders are for the hybrid. So we're 29% upside down. It's like a balloon. It's an upside down financing. This is bad, but this is a lot of those Toyota, Honda, Subaru fans coming in, switching out of Subaru. Maybe they've had a Subaru or a Toyota for the last 20 years that they've been switching Toyota or Subaru or Hondas every 2-3 years. Bam, there we have it. We're bringing them in with the Ford Maverick hybrid. Great news, but production isn't enough. You need a whole plant dedicated to just Maverick production, and it's just not in the cards right now. Gas, well, if you order an EcoBoost, sounds like it's going to get made because they could have production be at 65% on this, but only 21% are asking for an EcoBoost. And if you're doing mostly out of city driving, get the EcoBoost. There's not a huge difference in fuel economy between the EcoBoost on the highway and the Maverick hybrid on the highway. So the 2-liter is a fun, powerful engine. And what's really cool is that you've got your, sorry, I was just reading in the comments off to the left because they pop up on the screen, and I was like reading, an Escape. They make the Escape traditional hybrid, like a non-plug-in hybrid, as all-wheel drive. But if they're now making all-wheel drive plug-in Escape, that's news to me. I hadn't heard that yet, and
it's from Tim.
Yeah, so maybe, or maybe it was just a confusion mix-up with the letters, because they do make a traditional hybrid, but they make the Lincoln Corsair as an all-wheel drive plug-in. So as far as I knew, you had to get the Lincoln Corsair if you want that plug-in and all-wheel drive. So gas production, we're at 65, potential 65%. So obviously they'll make the 50% hybrids, then they'll make the remaining 50% as EcoBoost. So just keep in mind, XL series, way more demand than production. They're building 15%, and on the Ford Ranger, it's going to be more around 6% for an XL. So get an XLT Ranger. It's worth the money. Get an XLT Maverick. I made a video, one of my bigger videos. We're almost at 300,000 views, but it was, saying, this is the model to get. And we're talking about the XLT Maverick. And the luxury package, I also highly recommended it and still recommend it. It is fantastic value. But for about a year, I had to say to everyone, if you want your Maverick sooner, take it off. Not the case anymore. They're doing 30% production. Ford sent microchips off for the Maverick that they could have probably used on high-paying F-150s, but they dedicated more chip production over towards the Maverick allocation, I should say, and demand's at 25%. So we're good there. Lariat luxury package, we're also good there. You're safe if you go Tremor appearance package. If you really like it, okay, spend the money, but I wouldn't. Sport appearance package, great value right there. Tremors, I'm not seeing, of all my Tremor orders, personal ones, I've seen one get produced, get scheduled. So for some reason, I'm not seeing a whole lot of Tremors getting scheduled. Maybe they're waiting. It's going to be like midsummer, and then they'll just push a whole lot out, just like we saw with certain models at Ford this year. If you are ordering an F-150, avoid that opening roof. And the Tremor, asking for a Tremor F-150, also slower, longer, especially if it's a 402. But I think the 401 is the best value on the market of all the trucks. Because it's a Ford. It's built tough. Our Ford trucks have always been good to us. We even had one at 300,000 kilometers, and just that thing liked to take jumps in fields. Now, the Copilot 360, you're safe there as well. Driver assistance package, also safe. So all these packages you can consider, but key commodities, do avoid the accessories. Get them from either your Ford store or if your Ford store, for whatever reason, you would prefer to encourage our channel, well, then get them through us, through our Amazon affiliate link, because, well, you're going to pay the same prices if you just go on Amazon. But if you go through our link, click on the description, click the tonneau cover for the Maverick and buy it, well, it's really cool, is we'll actually get a few dollars from it. Get more than a few dollars, and you don't pay extra. So all those tonneau covers, avoid them. All the bed extenders, the spray and bed liner, the plastic bed liner, get them from your parts department or get them through our affiliate links. Now, the trailer tow hitch. Whoa. Oh, Tim's covered this before. I can't remember that awesome saying he has. Something like ditch the hitch. Oh, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, I'm happy you remembered that. They're upside down, backwards, you know, out of luck. They're out of luck, 28% upside down. So avoid those, avoid splash guards. I had some people call me stupid, moron, idiot, when way back when I said avoid any orders where there's extra plastic in that order, because there's a global, we're missing plastic, saying, Russia is taking care of the base material. Matière première en plastique. So they're taking care of, the initial stage of making plastic, so that there would be missing plastic for the Maverick, meaning avoid splash guards and bed liner. And, well, I got called all sorts of names. Well, those suckers aren't here anymore, and they also don't have Mavericks because they, well, I don't know, they're trolls. So, haha.
Not because they ordered splash guard.
They probably, what happened is they called me a moron, kept their splash guard and bed liner on, and then waited and got really mad, and then made a very logical choice, like buy a vehicle that takes twice as much gas with a markup, because it's not just at Ford that we had markup in the recent years. It's basically mostly anything that was available on yards. But the good news is now the vehicles that are available on yards, like F-150s, there aren't markups. And there's generally right now, Ford is doing either a rebate or a very promotional interest rate, because the current common interest rate, the average market is, I believe it's in my notes that I threw on the ground now, folks. It was 8.5 months ago. Then it was in the 9 percentile. And I can't remember if it was still in the 9 or if it's gone up to 11%. But the average new vehicle interest rate is very, very high, folks.